Ever since she left him, he has been worrying about her without eating properly and sleeping properly. After his parents' love, he regrets that pure love for him comes from her. She was that first girl he touched in life, but also the last girl. He loves Vayan without any other girl in his heart. He lives alone even though she hates him. Few days later, Jungkook went to Vayan's home. I have to apologize to him for what I did. Feeling guilty, he looked around as no one was there. He opened the door and entered the house without permission. Where is Uncle's room in such a big house? It's very quiet here. He was walking slowly into the house and was shocked to see Vayan had a heart attack and fell to the ground, holding his hand, struggling to call for help. Then Jungkook screams loudly and runs. Vayan slowly opens his eyes while the nurse was treating him. Where am I? Am I still alive? Struggling to say. You are safely being treated in the hospital. Seeing coming to consciousness, she answered him calmly. How did I get here? You had a heart attack and you would have been dead if you had not been treated at the right time. How I got treatment at the right time? Your son picked you up and brought you here very hard at the right time. In few seconds, Jungkook came into the room and looked at him and sighed at once. Jungkook, did you bring me here? Are you the person who saved me? Jungkook quietly walked over to him and holding his hand. Yes. Can you forgive me, uncle? Vayan couldn't understand why he was saying this now. He was silent on this point of view of Jungkook. Uncle, please say anything. Asked him silently. Do you think I'm pretending? I still don't understand why you saved me. You humbly asked me to forgive you. What actually happened? Be very brave and listen to what I have to say without getting tense. I have tension because in your way, if I had died of a heart attack, you would have endured my pain. But you saved me without leaving me there for revenge. Why? Jungkook told everything what happened between them a few days ago. When all was numb, Vayan stared into his eyes without blinking. Why are you so hesitant to believe me, uncle? It's okay if you don't trust me to. At least forgive me. Looked down. I'm sorry. He was about to back away from him, but Vayan grabbed his hand. He believes in Jungkook without hesitation because once upon a time he could see revenge and anger in Jungkook. Even now he is looking at the same Jungkook, but now there is no revenge in Jungkook. There is no anger. He sees guilt and pain in Jungkook. I believe in you. What? There is not a single person in this world who doesn't make mistakes. Everyone may have made at least one mistake. You did so blindly in anger that your parents died. I'm sorry too. I have gained so much pain in life. I can understand you. Sorry for offending you. I was the cause of your parents' death. I'm an orphan, but I'm not an orphan yet because I have you and her. Soon both of you will be one with the blessings of God. A few months later, the sky was covered with blue clouds and the wind was blowing fast. In a few minutes it will be ready to rain there. Jungkook pulled her photo out of his pocket and smiled. Vayan, how long should I still be alone? Please come to me. I will take care of you. You don't have to be alone. I'm here for you. As he was looking at her in the photo and talking, suddenly the wind got higher and higher. So the photo from his hand flew into the air. Jungkook is running for her photo. Just then a scarf flew in the air and fell on his face. He closed his eyes and stopped there. His heart was pounding because of reason. Vayan is also in the same place. Just then a strong wind blew and her scarf flew in the air. She unexpectedly found her photo while she was standing for the scarf. She was shocked to see her photo and realized that her scarf was wrapped around someone's face. Holding that photo tightly, looking at who that person is, her heart was pounding so fast. She looked at him without blinking. Jungkook sniffed the scent of the scarf over his face. That perfume is nothing but the fragrance of wine. He was slowly pulling the scarf down from his face. He could see her standing in front of him. Many months later, when she saw her husband, she seemed to have almost heart attack. For a few seconds, she couldn't believe her eyes. She was very shocked and her eyes filled with tears with emotions. Violent. He came forward to hug her, but he couldn't touch her, not knowing how she liked him. They were a foot away from each other, then it started to rain, and then someone pushed her aside as people were running from the door. As Vian was about to fall on the road, Jungkook grabbed her hand and prevented her from falling. Suddenly there was a big thunderclap somewhere with a terrible noise. She was scared, so she immediately hugged him. He ignored the thunder, but he felt like more than 100 lightning bolts when she hugged him. He slowly hugged her back. She could hear his heart beating faster and slowly lifted her head and looked into his eyes. Then Jungkook mistakenly thinks that she is looking at him angrily, so he stepped back. Don't be angry with me. I didn't know you were here until I saw you. Trust me, even now I haven't hugged you with any intention. Even when I got a chance to hug you, I held your hand instead of hugging you a few minutes ago. He hesitated further and talked to her nervously, she observing his facial expressions and movements, and stared at him until then. Did I ask you about it? She stared at him deeply, and then he looked into her eyes. Everything happened without our involvement. What do this mean? What I once said is happening now. See? I unexpectedly found this photo from you. My scarf has reached you. Suddenly someone pushed me. You cut me, which we didn't expect. When the thunder came, I immediately hugged you. How? And why all this happened at this time? He turned around and took a deep breath and gave him calm down from the nervous. The two were soaking wet in the rain. He shook his head as he walked towards her and looked at her. I didn't know your value when you were with me. I lost you when I realized you were loved. Only God knows how much I suffered for you. If you leave me, I will die. I can't bear this hellish life. You never know that you are so important in my life. I love you so madly. He couldn't bear to be away from her and collapsed in front of her. She sat on her knees in front of him and hugged him. Jungkook, do you still hate me? Your father has been with me ever since he believed in me. Hate? I don't hate you. I've only experienced this pain for 3 days. But you have been experiencing the same pain for me for months. She puts her hand on his wet cheeks and makes him understand. If a loved one makes mistake, forgive the mistake with a big heart, but not to leave that loved one. But I have no big heart. That's why it's Jungkook. When my life suddenly becomes scary, I changed my mind and left you. Let me give you an example to understand. Parents should punish their children if children do wrong, and the parents won't leave the children. This is the purpose for which I punished you. He listened to her every sentence very carefully and burst into tears of joy. You have golden hair for you. She smiled slightly and kissed his cheek. How could you live so long alone? Who said I was alone? She got up and stepped back. from him and showed her stomach. Jungkook, have you noticed any change in me? She asked shyly. He looked at her confused, and after a few seconds he was amazed in the way he understood her intent. But you guessed it too. Tears welled up in her eyes. I'm pregnant, and we got our parents also. You are gonna be a father. He got up and walked towards her, and his jaw dropped. What? Unable to speak properly.